Hi class, how you doing? Welcome to Module 8. So this is it. We are wrapping it up, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have coming up in Module 8. We've got our Module 8 final reflection. Go ahead and open that up and take a look. And then we have our final project 2, robust peer critique. I want to talk about that right now. Let's just jump over to the course announcements to do that. So let's just go through the hit list, shall we? Basically, just going to walk through week 8. So website, social media, and feedback implementation logs are in, right? So at this point, I think that we should take a look at our inventory. So we've got a logo, our digital resume, our business card, our letterhead, envelope, leave behind piece, and social media page. Now, don't forget, guys, it's very important to understand you're going to use your letterhead. You're going to format your cover letter and your resume right on your branded letterhead. Okay, and that was one of the reasons why we designed the letterhead with the kind of versatility in mind to reinforce your branding suite as you apply for different positions by using elements of your branding suite for which to brand you effectively in the application process. So by including your cover letter and resume on your letterhead, it's really going to reinforce your branding. It's going to be very, very obvious to the viewer that you are well versed in professional branding techniques and you have taken the effort to brand yourself accordingly. Okay, very, very important stuff. Now, I want to continue in that vein by saying if you're not satisfied, and this does happen, if you're not satisfied with your branding suite, that's okay. Just, you're learning how to brand yourself in this class. It's not, the intent is not that you leave this class now with a perfect branding suite. And in a perfect world, yes, you would leave this class with a perfect branding suite. However, that's rarely the case. It quite often requires students to go back on their own and make tweaks to their branding package in order to get it to a level of professionalism that is acceptable by as an industry standard. Now, as I said, if you're not completely satisfied with your visual identity, that's okay. That doesn't mean anything other than it's pointing to that you want to continue work. So typically it starts with a logo, right? So if you're not satisfied with your branding suite, it might point to the actual logo itself. The point here is it's okay because you are now equipped with the full process for which to develop and design an effective designer's branding suite. Okay, so it's right now I just want to reinforce the fact if you're not in love with your branding suite, that's okay. You have the equipment to work in the direction that will provide you with an effective branding suite that eventually you will love. Okay, so the module 8, the robust critique. So we're all going to provide critique to one of our peers, right? How do we do that? Go ahead and read through this. Here is the final 2 robust peer critique rubric and the assignment page as well. So you want to take a look at that. Now I'm just going to open up the rubric for the peer critique. Here it is right here. Final project part 2 guidelines and rubric. I want to draw your attention to this area. Specifically, the following critical elements will be addressed. If you take a look at feedback received and robust critique, this transposes itself perfectly right over here to the rubric. The point here is that I am not going to grade anything that's not on this critical elements list and not on the rubric. If it's on the rubric, it's fair game. If it's on the rubric and you miss it in your robust peer critique, then that would be considered a missing requirement. Okay, so again, just to reinforce, everything on this list is going to be graded. Things that are not on this list will not be graded. Okay, so a great way to adhere to the to the project specs here and assure that you're going to get the highest possible grade is to keep this open and refer to it on a regular basis as you're preparing your robust peer critiques. Okay. Now, as far as who critiques who, here's our list, guys. Here's a list. Each student is paired with one other student. You critique each other. If you are in a group with 3 people, there's a list of who you critique. Okay, now at this point, I think it's important to note that if your partner does not submit the assignment, you are required to provide. Now, the assignment should have been submitted during week 7, so you should know very early in the week whether your partner has submitted yet. If they haven't, get with them quickly during week 8 and request that they submit quickly so you can finish your work. If we get to be Thursday, Friday, you're starting to get nervous, partner has not submitted their work yet, contact me. We'll reassign a robust peer critique for you. And unfortunately, but you have to get with your partner to try to get a schedule going, okay? Before I do any reassigning, you must contact your partner. Now, suffice to say that if your partner does not participate, and it is getting later on in a week, again, like I said, contact me. Then what you'll do is you'll just select another student to provide a robust peer critique. And like, as I said, let me know first. But again, I just want you to be aware of the possibility that if you're partnered with somebody and they're not participating, there's a chance that you might not have a peer critique, in which case I'll be glad to provide you a peer critique. And I'm going to give everybody a robust peer critique anyways in grading. So again, in summary there, here's your partner list. Get with your partner, try to decide a schedule for the week. Make sure your partner submits the work so that you can expeditiously submit your robust peer critique. If your partner hasn't submitted, get a hold of your partner. If we start getting through the week and your partner still hasn't submitted in the week 7 discussion for your websites, get with me and we'll start doing some reassigning, okay? Okay, guys, now we've got some notes on critique here. Go ahead and take a look at this. These are very, very interesting facts and figures. And again, they point to the importance of critique as it relates to the design process, not only for students, but for professional designers as well. I've got this moving forward with some nice resources for you. Then we've got the learning objectives, the plan at a glance, and of course our thank you. Now in this final paragraph, I do want to address something. There's 2 things I want to implore you to do as we close out the class. Number 1 is be sure to be on the lookout for your information for the course survey. It's really, really important. Now I shoot for 100% response rate, so I would like every student to take that course survey. It's really important. I'll send out a couple of reminders, guys, and that's really all I ask you to do. In return for the requirements or the request to fill out the course survey. I really, really want you guys to fill that out. It helps me so much. It helps me to stay engaged and really to address the class and to tweak the class for future incoming classes, just to make things better, okay? So again, please take the course survey, and I do want to just encourage you to keep in contact, keep my contact information. Just because the student-teacher relationship is coming to an end doesn't mean that our relationship has to come to an end. Please keep my contact information. Don't hesitate to use it for any of your education needs as you move through the program. You can contact me for advice, design advice, critique, any sort of clarifications on industry topics, or just to say hi. Whatever you want to use this for, my point is, please keep my contact information. I keep in contact with many, many former students, so this is certainly no exception. Okay, guys, welcome to week 8. Again, everyone has just done such a fantastic job in this class. I feel like it's been a treat to teach this class. Level of engagement is off the charts, and as a group, I think we are very, very successful in the learning outcomes and the objectives associated with the class. So everybody, great big pat on the back right now. Do it. Okay, I'll see you guys in our final discussion boards and our final week. And again, any questions, comments, concerns, or if anybody needs any clarification, large or small, please do not hesitate to get with me. I'll be glad to provide anything in that regard. All right, guys, again, welcome to Module 8. Great class. Thank you very much.